Thanks, Amber. We're joined now by Monsignor Pace product Anthony Walker Jr., the newest member of the Indianapolis Colts at linebacker. What is that like to hear linebacker, Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Walker Jr.?
Still feeling surreal. You know, just waking up this morning, you're thinking about, like, wow, you're finally a part of an NFL organization. All the hard work and, you know, dedication that you've put in has finally paid off, and, you know, just definitely going to enjoy the moment.
You were selected yesterday, 5th round, 151st overall. When the phone call came in, what was that moment like? What was said over the phone?
I mean, it's just definitely a dream come true. You know, you hear about all the stories. You know, you're waiting for the phone to ring, and you know, you never experience that until you get there. You know, it's like, wow. You know, I actually had to wait to get that phone call, and you know, I definitely was, you know, kind of getting a little, you know, not frustrated, but you know, just had to take a little breather, walk away for a little bit, and I walked around with my agent for a little bit. Came back, and I was sitting next to my dad and a couple other friends from school, and I finally got a phone call, and I was like, wow. And then it was an Indianapolis number, and then picked it up. I told my dad, and to see the look on his face after, you know, it was just a priceless moment for me, and definitely just great to see all our hard work pay off, and you know, just our, you know, long-term, you know, bond and, you know, friendship that we have, you know, to see it actually pay off, and you know, just see him smile. I was happy. It was a great moment for me.
It's just us here. Were there tears yesterday?
Not from him. It was just surprising for me. You know, my grandmother, you know, she dropped a few tears, you know, which was kind of, you know, tough for me because, you know, I know how much, you know, we've, you know, had to overcome in our lives, and, you know, to see her, you know, go through that. And, you know, just she was excited, you know, definitely happy for me, but I was surprised not to see my dad over there not crying.
You were already in Indianapolis at the Combine. Did you get a sense then that, hey, this is where I might end up?
I met with them for an official interview at the Combine, and I thought that was one of the best, you know, best ones I had up there. It was all positive. You know, just talking about, you know, my defense and going and how I fit in their scheme, and you know, it was great to talk ball with them, and I thought it went really well. And then I told my agent that night, I was like, yeah, that was a great interview like that. And he was like, they're really interested in you, so this is definitely be a spot. And then a couple months ago, actually last month, I was home and I met with Stephen Morris, you know, and he was like, oh, I think you're gonna end up in Indianapolis like that. And then yesterday, right before I got drafted, Sean Spence actually texted, you know, another friend of mine, DeMarcus Van Dyke, and was like, I think we're going to pick Ant today, and they actually ended up happening. So definitely a great moment for me.
How about that Miami and South Florida connection? You're up there, Stephen Morris, yeah. Sean Spence, and now a guy you trained with in the offseason, Quincy Wilson out of Florida, was a second-round selection by them. You guys had the chance to talk about that yet? Oh,
definitely. We just talked. We were, you know, tweeting back and forth yesterday, you know, just about like how, you know, it's just crazy how we can finally play with each other. You know, he was at university school and high school, and I was at Monsignor Pace, but, you know, definitely, you know, Quincy's always been a great friend of mine, hard worker, you know, always ready to play, and, you know, to finally get a chance to meet up and play with each other. You know, we always work out, you know, at Coach Sly's football camp on the weekends. So to see, you know, two guys that, you know, actually put the work in and, you know, train together, and, you know, just a product of premier athletes, which is what Coach Sly calls his camp. You know, we actually put that work in and finally get to see the fruits of that labor.
You seem to put in work in the classroom as well. Your football intelligence, the Colts were bragging about it, saying, you know, it's off the charts. Where does that stem from?
I mean, I owe a lot to that to my dad. You know, since I was at the age of 2, you know, just being around, you know, all the teams that he's coached, all the players that he's coached, and, you know, just telling me, hey, you know, watch this player. And you think back, I don't know if he remembers this, but they were playing against Sean Spence in Little League football, and my dad was like, man, Sean's the best player like I've ever, you know, played against. I had to coach against, and you know, watching, you know, he was like, just watch him, watch how he plays. He, you know, playing linebacker, playing running back. Just all over the field, making plays, you know, diving tackles and all that stuff. And my dad's like, you know, that's how you should play. You know, play the game with a lot of passion. You know, play the game hard, play the game the right way. And to actually, you know, see that and, you know, remember all those stories, you know, all the people that I was able to watch growing up, you know, countless hours of in the film room with him and all that stuff. So I owe a lot to that to my dad. And then Northwestern has prepared me for, you know, football and in life, you know, academics and all that. But, you know, playing for a guy like Coach Pat Fitzgerald, who, you know, second to none when it comes to, you know, top coaches in NCAA football. and then you know, working with him in the film room, and you know, getting little inside tips from him. You know, a guy who was, you know, Buckets winner 2 years in a row, Nagurski winner 2 years in a row, you know, defensive player of the year. So just to have that, you know, connection and experience with him was also priceless for me.
And it all leads to the nickname, the franchise. You have to tell me where this comes from, because I love the fact. A Northwestern guy, the franchise, really?
I mean, it stems from actually Austin Anderson, a running back on our team. Again, we have a really, really close, you know, close bond at that school, you know, with guys just making nicknames for each other, and, you know, just, you know, having that bond, you know, that brotherhood. And, you know, I would always mess with Justin because we came up with his first, which was bread and butter. You know, our running back, you know, All-American and all that stuff. But, and then they were like, all right, so you're the best player on the defense, so we have to give you a nickname. And I was like, no, I'm good. You know, that's not me. And they were like, no, you have to get one. And Austin Anderson was like, we're going to call you the franchise, like that. And it just kind of stuck. And then Northwestern, you know, those great marketing guys over there, they ran with it and did a whole campaign about it. But no, I definitely owe a lot to that school. They, you know, again, all the exposure that they've given me, you know, just it was a great experience for me, you know, to go through that and you know, just be around some great guys and have that great camaraderie and brotherhood at that school.
First thing you buy with that rookie contract is what?
My dad a car. I always promised him that when I was younger. I just wanted to make sure I want to give him a new car. That's it. I'm not looking to, you know, buy anything crazy. I'm not really a flashy guy, so I'm going to keep my car from college, get my dad one, and you know, we're just going to have a good time.
That's why they call him the franchise. Anthony Walker Sr. right behind the camera. He heard it. He's getting a new car. This is Junior. Congratulations and good luck with the Indianapolis Colts.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Amber.